Then on the pulley on the tractor, see, I run the tractor with the pulley going. And that's what runs the tractor. And all your tractors, your John Deere, your International, all tractors them days had this big pulley on it. And that's what they were for. That's what they were, with track machines or any kind of other machinery that you run it with belt fed or belt run. Yeah. But anyway, with a combine, my first job was to take a scoop shovel and keep it level in that wagon so that it filled the wagon up level, you know. Well, we got a wagon load, and there'd be a team of horses, and it had two other wagons over there. And we bring the team of horses over there, hook onto the full wagon, and put the empty wagon back on there. Then who's ever in that full wagon would take it to the granary and that big red granary there.
There in the barn.
Right? Yeah, it had big wide doors, and on each side it had two big grain beds, and each of those grain bins was made to hold 4,000 bushels. You could hold 8,000 bushel in that. And they had doors there you could slide in, cut in there, and they had the grooves and that. But you drive the wagon in there between, and then you scoop that wheat off. The big old iron 14 and 15 inch scoop that was all iron heavy.
You had to scoop it out of the wagon, throw it in the
what you do, you get in there, and you get in between those two granaries, and you scoop 500 bushel this way. You turn around and scoop 500 bushel the other way. You know.
So they're both about the same.
Yeah. And when you empty the wagon, why then you took it back out in the field and brought in a full wagon. And when you got that grain full, about 8,000 bushels of wheat, it was full. Then you had to find some other place to either put that wheat. You couldn't, it was too slow to take it into the elevator.
What was too slow?
Wagon.
To take the wagon into into Pawnee Rock?
Mm-hmm. The elevator's in there too slow, you couldn't do that. And so he made a granary out of part of that barn, the back part of it. He he got 1x10 grooves, put them in there, and then he put wire or iron rods there so it would hold the weight, or the wheat would hold the tender. And you could put another 10,000 bushel in there, you know. But that was hard to. But anyway, we'd always had Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben was an older guy that worked on the railroad. And he's a railroad man for years. And he'd always come the very first part of the summer, fall. And he'd be there early, and we kept him year round. Or kept him year till winter time stuff. Sometimes we kept him during the winter, but then we had a young guy, an Arkansas kid that come through every year, and he always, he was one of our everything. Then at harvest time, Dad would hire 8 or 9 guys, whatever it took to do the harvest. But they would help do the milking and the chores and this type of thing. Now, Dad always kept 15 head of milking cows. Most of these were the biggest number of them were what's the
Holstein,
Holsteins, yeah, Holsteins. And then he had a couple Jerseys, Guernsey, and he had them, so that would give butter fat, a lot more butter fat to the milk. We always milked, he had these 15 cows, but we always milked 10 cows. And the others then had, when they were having calves or something. But we always milked 10 cows.
how many times a day would you milk?
Twice a day. You get up at 4:30 in the morning. And you go out, you take a ladder down. You take the ladder out there. And you didn't have any electricity or anything. So you had to milk by hand. And you would fill up 2 buckets of milk. Buckets like, you know, big buckets.
With one cow or more than one cow?
Huh?
Do you take more than one cow to fill up 2
Oh,
buckets?
probably take 3.
3 cows.
Depends on the cow, but it takes 2 or 3 cows to fill it up.
How long would it take you to get milk 1 cow?
Well, depends on how good a milker he was and how well trained that cow was. It didn't help to have a cat jump up on her leg once. You squirt milk in it. You got the hell kicked out of you, you got the butt kicked.
Did that ever happen to you?
But anyway, you take that into we had the separator, cream separator then, on the porch. And they're building a porch, built a porch. And we take the milk in there, and Mom would have the separator all clean, the utensils clean, and the bowl clean and everything. And you pour that milk in there, and you turn it, and the cream would come out one spout, and your whole milk or your milk would, the other milk would come out. The other spout. And usually those 10 cows would fill 2 10-gallon cans, milk cans. Normally that, you know, you would take, fill that 2 up. And you take Dad and Mom would take the cream and then make butter out of it, cheese out of it, and that all made all our own butter.
How did you make butter? Do you have to churn something?
Yeah, I had a churn. Mom had a churn. Had a big churn. And the cheese, cottage cheese, she would had to put it on the stove and put it in a sack and squeeze it and everything, and put it out and spice it to a wonderful cottage cheese, better than you can buy nowadays. And when we go to school, in Lorna there. We got the Model A, or we were driving the Model A to school in Lorna. Why, we take those 2 10-gallons, leave them off at the creamery there at the Lorna, and pick up the whey at night.
The whey?
The whey, what was left, everything. Of the milk, you know, after. That'd be whole milk, with just the cream, just the cream taken out.
Oh, okay, so you take the what was
So
left.
then they would take the whole milk and they would make cheese out of it and other milk products out of it. But anyway,
You milked again at night?
so yeah, we milked again at night. When we got home from school, we usually try to milk before it got dark. You know. And we would Dad always kept 12 head of hogs. And he kept brown and short. He feed his hogs, but he mixed this whey, the whey with the shorts and everything.
What's shorts?
Well, it's a product from wheat,
Okay.
where they grind the wheat and a byproduct. Real, that's what everybody had it, and then that's what we fed with and everything. Fed the chickens and fed the dogs and everything that, you know. But anyway, why, we would had a milking shed, big milking shed, out north of the barn, out there. And it was a long building with stanchions, 10 or 12, 13 stanchions right along the edge of it, you know. I mean, inside the barn. And then between the stanchions and between the stanchions and everything was a wall. We had a hole cut in the top of that, and that would be filled with alfalfa, or actually, you know, and you beat them right to that, and then you had one end had a deal where you could keep your oats, and this time you feed them. Each one got one of those tomato can, big tomato can, each one of those.